Handling opposite sex friendship wisely. Hello, welcome to day 17 of Equilibrio, a 100-day talk about how to balance your work life and home. Today's topic is sensitive but essential. In a world where we interact with colleagues, clients, business partners, and friends of the opposite sex every day, wisdom is not optional, it is mandatory. Now, let's break it down. Why is this topic important? Opposite sex friendships are not wrong, but careless opposite sex friendships can do the following. 1. It can create emotional confusion. Someone of the opposite sex can think that you are interested in having an affair with him or her, which might not be the case. Some of you that call everyone of the opposite sex in your office with endearing words like my dear, my darling, sweetheart, you guys are on this table. I pray the table will not break before we finish today's session. 2. It weakens marital trust. 3. It introduces unnecessary suspicion. 4. It creates emotional dependence outside the home, where you think you have another option of where you have emotional attachment. You may not concentrate on your spouse emotionally. Some of you that ask a person of the opposite sex for advice concerning important decisions of your life instead of asking your spouse, you guys are on this table. 5. It leads to temptation. 6. It can damage the peace in your marriage. Most people who entered into adultery didn't do it intentionally. They start with innocent closeness that becomes emotional intimacy. This is why boundaries are important. This is how it subtly starts and eventually leads to the danger zone. Some friendships start professionally or casually, but over time, you talk more than you talk to your spouse. You share deeper things. Some friendships start professionally or casually, but over time, you talk more than you talk to your spouse. You share deeper things. You enjoy the conversations more. You begin to feel understood. You start comparing the person with your spouse. You start hiding some parts of the friendship. When secrecy enters, Adisa and Amaka, just know that you are in the danger zone already. Shikena. You may say, I am not doing anything wrong, but the emotional door is already open. Just know that any friendship you cannot openly discuss with your spouse has already crossed a boundary. Transparency protects you. Now, how can you handle opposite sex friendships wisely? Here are practical guidelines that protect your marriage and your integrity. 1. Be open with your spouse. Let your spouse know the people you interact with regularly. Mention their names naturally. Share general conversations. Be open about projects you are working on together. Know that secrecy creates suspicion. Openness builds trust. 2. Keep emotional boundaries. Opposite sex friends should not become emotional escape routes. Avoid doing this to the opposite sex. Venting about your spouse, discussing marital conflict, seeking emotional comfort, late night heart to heart conversations, sharing intimate struggles, using the person as a therapist when the person is not a therapist. There is no place some people cannot ask for advice. Such conversations create emotional bonds stronger than you intend. 3. Avoid private or hidden communication. Not every chat should be done privately or secretly. If you find yourself doing the following: deleting messages, hiding chats, minimizing the screen, waiting to respond when your spouse is not watching, moving to a corner of the room to reply, then it's more than friendship. It is emotional secrecy. Adisa and Amaka, nothing stays innocent in secrecy. 4. Limit one-on-one social time. A lunch meeting is fine when necessary, but regular private hangouts with someone of the opposite sex create emotional closeness. Keep your relationship with the opposite sex professional, respectful, transparent, balanced, and not intimate. 5. Understand the power of chemistry. Some people were not science students, but they are practicing chemistry with another man's son or daughter who is not their spouse. Just know that chemistry is real, connection is real, and it can grow without your permission. You may not intend romance, but my people says that ọwọ́ gẹ́ngẹ́ ní ṣáájú ijó. That means that a dance is preceded by a raised hand gesture. Wisdom is acknowledging this human reality and protecting what matters. 6. Prioritize your spouse. Ask yourself, does my opposite sex friendship get more of my words, more of my energy, more of my excitement, more of my attention, more of my time than my spouse? If yes, adjustments are needed. Your spouse should never feel second to your friendships. I believe this content has blessed you. Endeavor to subscribe, like, comment, and share so that others can benefit from it. And in case you refuse to yield to the advice and you eventually need professional consultancy, just know that I still got your back.